What is good, Josh on the Spool Game Man? Back with yet another reaction video, baby. And today we are back with another death battle. As today we have Dragon Ball versus Transformers, Frieza versus Megatron, some of the most evil minds in both anime and I guess we'll just call it cartoon for right now. Anime and cartoon alike, man. I mean, obviously the head antagonist of Transformers, head antagonist in the early stages of Dragon Ball. Obviously, we've seen a lot more stronger, meaner villains than Frieza as Dragon Ball has progressed. But the very first, and what I want to say, was it very first? One of, which is at least to be safe, one of the very first and most evil people that we met in Dragon Ball. So we'll see how he steps up with Megatron. It's crazy they have to put him against that instead of some of the other villains that are stronger than Frieza. That just shows you how much stronger anime does scale to these other shows. But in this one, I'm always going to rock Team Anime first. So we're going to rock out with Frieza. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Only way to the video if you guys are enjoying the content. Want more death battles on the channel. Now we'll give a prediction here. And obviously our predictions post information, pre-fight, whatever you want to say. Dubs and L's in the chat at the very end. But let's go ahead and just jump straight into it, of course, and see what we got to learn about things. Now, of course, if you want to see like the backstory and stuff like that, I'll be cutting that part out for monetization. Link to the original video will be down below in the description, though, so you guys can watch that. We're just here for the stats and the fight.
Frieza, the Dread Emperor from Dragon Ball.
And Megatron, the Decepticon commander from Transformers.
When these two dictators collide, the cosmos will tremble.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
And y'all already, well, I basically already said it, but just to remind y'all, we will not be watching the back, so I've already seen them. Want to see those? Link below out. Link below in the description. Go check out the backstories. If you haven't seen them, if you haven't seen them, you really behind on Dragon Ball. You might want to go binge watch. Take you about 5 weeks off of work and go binge watch that so you can catch up. Transformers, yeah, I mean, come on now. That's low key like 80s baby style. So like low key, you need to get on.
Frieza's strength comes from his innate understanding and manipulation of his own ki, or life energy, which he can use to enhance his physicality or manifest into projectile attacks.
Like his classic Death Beam, Death Ball, Death Wave, Death Cannon, Death Saucers. Yeah, I'm sensing a theme here.
Frieza can move mountains with his mind, fire laser beams from his eyes, create ki force fields, and he even learned to sense the ki of others through sheer observation alone. He's fast enough to keep up with Goku's ki attacks, which, scaled to the ki he absorbed for a spirit bomb against Kid Buu, could move across the universe in less than a minute. That would be over 17 quadrillion times the speed of light, and he's gotten even stronger and faster since then.
You know you're a badass when you can stroll into Planet Vegeta, a planet filled with people whose only higher aspirations involve murder and hair gel, and talk shit like you own the place. And he got so paranoid about one of them getting strong enough to kick his ass that he blew up the friggin' planet.
Considering Planet Vegeta has 10 times the gravity of Earth, this would mean it likely has 10 times the mass and 100 times the energy required to overcome its gravitational binding energy and destroy it. That's over 5.3 Yoda tons of TNT.
And that was in his weakest form. Too bad he kinda missed a spot. Or several, because a bunch of Saiyans survived to fight another day. Space genocide just ain't what it used to be.
This would come back to bite him when he was finally forced to confront the Earthbound Saiyan Kakarot, and accidentally ended up being the reason he turned into the legendary Super Saiyan.
Like the albino dildo he is, Frieza has survived being pounded by Broly for over an hour straight, crushed by Goku's spirit bomb, and then split in half, consumed by an exploding planet, and left afloat in the vacuum of space.
He can survive without the vast majority of his body, though unlike other Dragon Ball villains, he can't heal on his own.
It didn't help him that much after he got his ass sent to hell, but because of that dragon in his balls, he was back at it again.
And with just 4 months worth of training, the first time he'd ever trained in his entire life, Frieza was able to achieve a new transformation capable of surpassing the Super Saiyan, Golden Frieza.
That's a level of laziness I aspire to, Wiz. DeviantArt Frieza here lets him keep up with Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta.
A significantly weaker Super Saiyan God Goku could blow up the whole of Universe 7 in a punch clash with the God of Destruction, Beerus. And the shockwaves of their punches were able to reach the edges of existence in only a few seconds. Over 270 quadrillion times the speed of light. And that is before so many years of power-ups and training between then and now.
Totally crazy, but nothing compared to his newest and greatest form.
A transformation capable of surpassing Goku's Ultra Instinct and Vegeta's Ultra Ego, their peaks at this point. A transformation even stronger than Gas, who was wished to be the strongest in the universe.
He literally said F you to the Dragon Balls. This is Black Frieza!
The all-seeing Oracle Fish had prophesied the coming of the universe's strongest, and perhaps he was talking about Frieza all along.
Come on, give us another prediction! Oh, Wiz, I think you're gonna die. No, for some godforsaken reason, he didn't use his newfound power to kill those pesky Saiyans. They were right there, you moron!
In fact, he once committed the archvillain's greatest sin and teamed up with them to save their universe and beat Jiren, a being comparable to the gods of destruction.
Because no one's allowed to destroy the universe but him.
And that's a promise he means to keep. This almighty emperor will continue to rule the universe with an iron grip and a heart of ice.
I didn't even know he got that strong. I mean, I heard about Frieza Black, and obviously I've seen Frieza Gold. I didn't think it was that strong. I mean, I remember clips of him just getting worked during the Tournament of Power, so that's why I thought he was weak, but I guess he's a lot stronger than I thought of. Yeah, this is about to be an easy dub for Dragon Ball.
He was aided in his war efforts by his immensely powerful fusion cannon, a giant laser bazooka that can hit targets from 12 miles away and level a small town in a single shot. These projectiles are so fast, they're able to exit the atmosphere from ground level after only a single second. By scaling the distance of the Earth using the angle of this shot, the fusion cannon's projectile must be moving over 4,200 times the speed of sound.
But, like me, the fusion cannon needs a little time to recharge between shots. So Megatron's got some tools to keep the job going. He can close the distance with his Energon mace and block blows with his Energon shield. It helps that Meg's literally fought as a gladiator before his stunt as a revolutionary.
Megatron can fire lasers from his eyes and arms, launch buzzsaws strong enough to slice through solid rock, fly through the air, and open up a force field known as a panic bubble.
Now, it might seem like a huge flaw that it lets enemy combatants inside, but that's only until you realize it won't let them back out again. That's when the panic part comes in. Megatron's not trapped in there with you. You're trapped in there with him.
Megatron's Cybertronian body is strong enough to match the Autobot leader Optimus Prime, who can toss around oil tankers weighing hundreds of thousands of tons. And Megatron's metallic hide was tough enough to survive an explosion so massive, it launched the entire planet of Cybertron through space.
By taking a look at Cybertron's mass and how fast it was sent flying to get its overall kinetic energy, Megatron must have survived a blast equal to nearly 4.5 Nenatons of TNT, enough to annihilate a small star. He can even keep up with Decepticons like Starscream, who can fly across the galaxy from Earth to Cybertron at hundreds of thousands of times the speed of light.
And he wouldn't be a Transformer without being able to transform into various vehicles. A tank, a stealth bomber jet,
and a gun! Just a gun. Walter, B-38 in fact. I'm sorry, Wiz. I know he's this tragic revolutionary corrupted by the cycle of violence or whatever, but that is the funniest shit I have ever seen. What does he have, like his Deceptive buddies point him at people and fire?
Sometimes. He can fire himself too.
Oh my god. That looks even sillier.
You may be laughing, but Megatron is no joke. By utilizing space bridge teleportation technology, Megatron can establish a remote link-up to a nearby black hole and teleport the antimatter it produces to his location.
Through his eyeballs!
Should matter and antimatter meet, they will be mutually annihilated in a brilliant release of energy defined by E equals mc squared. It doesn't matter how durable the matter is, it will be destroyed at the subatomic level.
As Megatron's war for control of Cybertron dragged on, all of his highfalutin ideals started to fall to the wayside.
In essence, there used to be a point to the war. Now, war was the point. His only goal left was to rule Cybertron with a literal iron fist.
That's where Megatron's greatest weapon came into play. His mind. The dude is a strategic and tactical genius who's always thinking 10 steps ahead.
He's fought powerful Transformers like Grimlock, Predaking, and the Decepticon, a being with the power of an entire evil universe behind it.
He and Optimus have even fought Nova Prime and Regenesis Shockwave, both of whom could utilize the energy of that same universe.
Megatron once sealed himself inside an Omniglobe and commanded 1,000 real-life battles at once, funneling every iota of relevant information into his brain at the same time. The sheer deluge of data would be incomprehensible for anyone without that supercomputer brain.
But all that robot ass-kicking ended up as a draw, and the only true loser was Cybertron.
With the planet in ruins and its civilization extinguished, the Cybertronian Golden Age was long over, and the vanguard of its destruction was Megatron.
Who's now a crusty Saturday morning cartoon villain with a voice that sounds like he smokes 40 packs a day, and a hate boner for his boneheaded second-in-command, Starscream.
After countless millennia of a humiliating stalemate with his Boy Scout rival, Megatron's brilliant mind finally turned inward. He remembered that his early writings advocated for peaceful conversion and free thought instead of domination.
It took you 9 million years to remember why you started fighting in the first place? Would the memory get lost in the cloud?
In what was possibly his most surprising tactical move yet, Megatron saved the universe from annihilation as an Autobot.
What?
He realized that after millions of years of indefinite war, the ideals that he fought for, freedom, justice, equality, had switched sides, and Megatron had to as well.
Turns out there was more to this supervillain than met the eye, because true to his nature, Megatron transformed.
So, and with that, I'm honestly gonna say the only thing that would have me worried is that the black hole portal thing taking everything out from the atomic level. I feel like if Megatron wins, that's going to be how he does it. They're going to use that and say that he obliterates Frieza to nothing. Because we've seen Frieza can survive without half his body. But they're going to say to an atomic level, everything's gone. But I'm still rolling Team Hammond. I'm still rolling Team Frieza. Throughout that whole thing, I was, completely on Frieza's side. I didn't see anything that kind of like overshadowed their level of destruction. They were going to the edges of the universe, edges of existence with some of their power. And I didn't hear any of that in the Transformers one. So I'm still rolling with Team Frieza. Let me know down below who you guys are rocking with your final pre-fight predictions. And dubs and L's at the end. Let's get into the fight. Sing the Ginyu for us first.
Greetings, noble warrior of planet Cyber whatever. I, Lord Frieza, claim this world as my own. Cheer for me or face annihilation.
I have fought for my planet for eons. I would rather see it turn to ash than reside in your filthy hands, organic scum.
Oh, I love it when they monologue back. Pity. I'll have to construct a new mothership from your corpse. What's wrong? Is that clunky robot body too slow to keep up?
My wits did more than suffice, you blithering punks.
Where did he go? Huh? Well, doesn't this just always happen? I give it 5 minutes.
My planet! Behold the mighty Lord Frieza, ruler of a dying planet. My planet. Where is your army? Where is your ship? So powerful, and yet you will wander the depths of space for eternity. All because of me. What of them?
You despicable cretinous worm! I'll torture you until your screams can be heard in the vacuum of space!
Die a fool's death. Oh,
You will die by my hand!
you fool!
The trilliums must kill them all.
KO! Wrong again!
That's a Dubsky. And I really thought they were about to say, I told y'all like the black hole thing was going to come to effect. I thought they were about to end it right there and like that was going to be killing him. I don't think his shots, unless I'm just getting stats wrong, but they keep putting things like, they'll say, oh, the speed of light for one person, they'll say the speed of sound for the other person. Like, I don't know the conversions between the two. So I don't know. And to me, it didn't feel like Transformers should have been that close. That to me is something that you're saying, well, like, Megatron could have battled with people like Jiren and the God of Destruction, and that don't sound right at all. I don't remember Transformers ever being that strong. I love Transformers. I do. But those are like the beginning stages as a kid of seeing strength. Like, now we're grown and we got anime. Like, it should not compare at all to any of these. You told me Goku would have a strong time in this fight? I know, couldn't be me either, Naruto.
It was actually 1 minute and 10 seconds. Idiot.
Megatron's ruthless resilience may have netted him a win in some scenarios, but Frieza's overwhelming power gave him a clear edge.
Megatron's ace in the hole was his antimatter, which would have annihilated Frieza's ass no matter how tough it was.
And that was a real possibility. Megatron is a master tactician and manipulator with millions of years of combat experience. Frieza, on the other hand, has always relied on his raw power and intimidation to win fights.
When things don't go his way, he has a tendency to freak out.
However, Frieza has survived getting most of his body obliterated and kept going.
Which meant the antimatter wasn't a surefire win. It would have to completely cover Frieza's whole body before he could react. And Frieza was way too fast for that.
While Megatron scaled the characters who could cross galaxies, Frieza has kept up with Goku, who should be at least trillions of times faster.
And on his smaller size and key force fields, Frieza had more than enough ways to avoid, defend, or survive the antimatter.
So Megatron's only option was power. While Megatron has survived planet-busting explosions and even fought with a being that had the energy of a universe behind it, Golden Frieza was just too much for him, considering he certainly surpassed Goku in Beerus' Punch Clash. Since Universe 7 as a whole should be over 13 times larger than our own universe, Frieza's super forms would far exceed Megatron's own power.
And that feat happened at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Goku has gotten leagues stronger since then, and Black Frieza is currently beyond him. There was just no way Megatron was strong enough to keep up.
Megatron was a devious foe, but Frieza's power, speed, and sheer survivability allowed him to crush the Decepticon leader underfoot.
I guess you could say Megatron was cool, but Frieza was cooler.
The winner is Frieza.
That'd be cool out of this. But yeah, I mean, I think I did see in a comment one time too that you guys said they make these fights close on purpose a lot of times, even when they're not, just for more entertainment, which I can see here for this, because like honestly, even during the explanation, I don't see how it even drug out that long. Like, this fight should have been clear cut and done very, very quickly. But it also does take, characters, especially villains, forever to actually activate their next form. Like, they got to be on the brink of death, and it's like, all right, finally, I'll show you what I got next. But I think he probably could have honestly done this in gold. I don't even know if he needed to go to black. But let me know down below how you guys are rocking with it. You guys get dubs or L's in the chat. Let it be known down below. And we'll be back with more death battles as long as you guys want to see it. So keep liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. And we'll keep bringing more death battles to you guys. Got a couple more planned out for you guys, so stay tuned. I'll catch you guys in the next one. So your boy, Sean Smooth, aka Black Okage, Black Avatar, King Leo, aka the real Black Frieza. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm going for the day. Peace.